Hi, welcome to Code Without Code. This video is the extra feature for our main video about how to build trump text in less than 1 hour. So this specific part's going to show you how you can accept payments using Typeform or just get people's phone numbers rather than having to use gravity forms. If you watch the full video, the link is actually in the description, and this would just replace the first step, which is how to accept a payment. And then at the end, this will actually trigger your next step. Typeform account, create a new form, and all you really need are these three attributes: your name, your email, friend's phone number. We're going to make this one a hard-coded one, so if you fill this in, it'll just send one message. However, you could just as easily do a multiple choice or a drop-down or something else that would allow you to ask someone how many messages they want to send, and then you can just drag and drop over this Stripe payment. But I don't have a paid account, and so you will actually need a paid account to implement Stripe. But you can always try it for free and see if it works. So this is how we're going to do it. We've designed this one so it's got some background images, as you can see. And all you really need to do is actually type in the details and test it. So before you go into Zapier, you probably want to fill this one in once. Now that you've filled it in, you just want to go in and change what your actual trigger is. So for us, it's going to be the Typeform account that we just built it in, and it's going to be called trump text. So now that we've run this, now we just need to go through and modify some of these answers here. So of course, we really only want to continue if, in this case, your email exists. In other words, if we're not capturing someone's email address, we're not going to run this. And we could have done it just in here. So we've done it as well by making it required. But this is just, once again, another way just to make sure that we're capturing all the details we want. But as per usual, I like to always have a filter just in case, and I can add something in later. With this one, we're only going to be sending one message, and we'll hard code that one in. But because we're giving this away for free, what we're actually going to do is add people into our mailing list. So what I should actually do is modify some of these questions and make sure that at the end it says, do you agree to us letting us send you messages? So we will go and do that as well, and then update our form. And so the list we're going to add people to is going to be code without code. Email address will be from the previous form. Double opt-in, no, because they filtered in. Update existing, yes. So like I said, we're going to delete the total messages to send, but we're still going to create the spreadsheet row. So one of the great things about using Zapier to do this is that you can actually have multiple forms feed into this same thing. So you could have 4 or 5 different ways to get someone's details into this form in the right format. So all we need to do is just go and update the details here to reflect the things that we have previously asked. So submit date, for example, payment ID, we're actually going to use the ID of the form. So token, receipt number, token, email address is going to be your email address. Friend's phone number will once again be the friend's phone number. And I know that some of this is auto working, but what I'm going to do instead is make sure that it comes through correctly by deleting it and adding it in. So plan name, for this one it's going to be hard coded and it'll be type form free. So status will still be purchased because I'm going to need that in my next step. Amount to be paid is going to be 0. Credit card digits don't need. Messages to send is going to be 1. Messages sent is going to be 0. Call to action, no. IP address, I don't believe we have, but no, we don't have that. So instead, what I'm going to do is just leave that one blank. I do have your name, so maybe I'll add in another section that is the name. So once you've filled all of that in, you can go through to continue. And once you've done that, it should write a new column, a new row with the free.
So that final step should then write a row into the Google Sheet, which will then actually trigger the next step, which is the payment loop. This is the end of the payment build for Trump Text using Typeform rather than Gravity Forms. If you want to follow along to find out how to build the rest of Trump Text, just go to the link in the description below for the full video and just skip the first part, which is actually building the payment step using Gravity Forms, and just skip to that payment loop. As always, if you want to go to codewithoutcode.com/Trump Text build, we will link out to each of the different areas to allow you to build Trump Text in less than 1 hour. Don't forget to subscribe if you found this enjoyable or think this is pretty funny, as we do build a lot of different things.